Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Thursday, August 8th, 2013. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Chip Ramsey with the Saturday Independent newspaper. In tonight's news, the Manchester Board of Mayor and Aldermen take the first step to require a prescription to obtain meds containing ephedrine and pseudoephedrine. Governor Bill Haslam launches a new program designed to make Tennesseans healthier. We'll speak with Coffee County Mayor David Pennington about his first 7 years in office, and the South Jackson Civic Center is hosting a Civil War exhibit for the next 2 months. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
When you're running late headed to that sporting event or horse show and hungry but need gas, you don't have to choose which to get. Just stop at any Quick Mart where gas prices are normal and the food is outstanding. Burgers, fries, salads, sub sandwiches, chicken strips, egg rolls, even pizza can be picked up while the gas is pumping. Stop by any Quick Mart today and not only save time, but enjoy some good cooking, southern hospitality, and prices you can live with.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Welcome back. In what was somewhat of a surprise move Tuesday night, the Manchester Board of Mayor and Aldermen approved on first reading an ordinance which would require a doctor's prescription to obtain meds containing ephedrine or pseudoephedrine. Let's watch video highlights from that meeting.
I understand the legal ramifications of it, and I get that. But at the same time, I sit up here and vote what I feel is the right thing to do. And in this situation, we have an ordinance that I feel would dramatically curve the direction of public safety in our community. And I'm being told that I have to listen to an opinion from someone that has shown their policies fail. The one thing that's great about local politics, local government, is that the first person that I hear from is my neighbors and is my constituents. I don't hear from drug companies. I don't hear from lobbyists. There's no money between me and my decision. And that goes to me even bring the ordinance forward. I knew there was some controversy with it. But I brought it forward because I think it's the right thing to do. I'm willing to say that our city needs to step up and lead in this discussion rather than follow a legislature who has consistently drove the bus off the bluff. I don't think we should listen to their guidance. Our legislator doesn't think that we should listen to their guidance, and that's just my thoughts on it. And I would strongly urge that this board reconsider the ordinance.
I stick with my opinion. I don't think it's within this board's legal authority to do.
Every one of you got elected as reformers that stand up and say, well, we're not tolerating this. Y'all been arguing back and forth over saving $1,000 a year. $1,000 a year on something. Go out here and save somebody's life. Save some crazy meth head hauling and making meth and hauling pipe bombs. It's dried up. And let's send a message to Nashville. And then make Nashville send that message to Washington and say we're sick of this. We fought this drug culture on the Mexican border for how many years? It's just like immigration. It's going to revert back to the local level. It's going to revert back to little groups like y'all. And my kids, y'all's grandkids and kids are going to be fighting this if we don't get a step on it.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has arrested a volunteer firefighter in Moore County for theft after he was indicted by the Moore County grand jury. Bradley Dwayne Fletcher, age 30, of Lynchburg, was indicted on one count of theft of property over $1,000. In April of 2012, the 17th Judicial District Attorney General requested TBI investigate theft of fuel from the Moore County Volunteer Fire Department. Fletcher admitted to filling his personal vehicles with gas using the fire department's fuel cards. The investigation revealed a total of $1,875 in gas was stolen using the credit card. The Moore County Sheriff's Department assisted in the arrest. Fletcher was booked into the Moore County Jail.
Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam announced this week the launch of a new program known as Healthier Tennessee, an initiative to encourage Tennesseans to be more physically active, to eat nutritious food in healthy portions, and to not use tobacco products. Haslam said in his announcement, quote, "Tennessee is one of the best places there is to live, work, and raise a family, but we also are one of the least healthy states in the nation. Our citizens have high rates of behavior-related diseases such as hypertension and stroke, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and several types of cancer. This initiative is bringing employee, health care providers, health insurance companies, schools, and community organizations together in a coordinated way to encourage and promote healthier behaviors," end quote. Haslam also announced the creation of the Governor's Foundation for Health and Wellness, a nonprofit corporation based in Nashville that will direct and lead the initiative over the long term. The Governor also introduced Rick Johnson as President and Chief Executive Officer of the foundation. Johnson, age 61, most recently served as Special Assistant to the Governor after being Executive Vice President of a healthcare provider in Knoxville, President of a management consulting firm, and a Senior Executive of 2 publicly owned corporations based in Tennessee.
We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Everybody's in a business. A realtor helps build your family with a home to grow in. A doctor keeps you healthy and can fix a broken heart. An accountant keeps you on track for your future dreams. As a master IJO jeweler, Woodard's Diamond Showroom is a little of all of these because we're in the love business. We're there for your family's special times with regular happiness checkups and symbols of love. That's our business at Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
My name is Trey McNabb, and my family's been serving Tullahoma and Middle Tennessee for over 33 years. We have a huge selection of new Chryslers. Right now, you can get the all-new 2013 Chrysler 200 Limited for only $189 a month. You'll appreciate the convenience of our friendly service department, open 6 days a week. Come check out the difference at Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, or view all of our inventory online at stanmcnabb.com. And remember, if anyone can, Stan can.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
Hey honey, can you pull up the recipe for me? I need to see the next step. Come on, Jax, jump.
That shouldn't be a problem. Charter has powerful internet speeds. It's one reason customers are happier than ever. For one low price, they also get brilliant HD, more reliable phones, and the most advanced fiber-rich network in our history. That's an incredible value. No wonder Charter customer satisfaction is at an all-time high. Yeah, no problem. Switch to Charter and see why thousands choose us every day.
Welcome back. Coffee County Mayor David Pennington announced he will not run for re-election when his current term expires in August. Jim spoke with Mayor Pennington earlier this week about some of his accomplishments over the past 7 years.
Mayor Pennington, as you are entering the last year of your term in office, I think you've been mayor now for 7 years. You've got about a little over a year to go. Tell us, what are some of the highlights of your accomplishments since you've been in office?
Well, 3 highlights that I'm really proud of is, one, the school system. You know, we was able to do a $43 million expansion through sales tax increase. And we did that with the partnership of Manchester, Tullahoma, and the rural county. And the voters voted 73% to increase the sales tax. But the good thing about that is that we have a lot of people with the interstate, and like Tullahoma here, it's a busy city. A lot of people that visit our city and our community that don't live here, but we get that sales tax. So a lot of people from not Coffee County are helping finance our school building programs.
And that has been a substantial program that you are about to complete.
Yes.
But one of the, I think I've heard you mention there's a substantial amount of money that comes in from Bonnaroo, and that's, all of those people pretty much don't live here.
That's exactly right. Just on the county side alone, in the rural, now usually the rural, we're in the 200 to 275 range, but in 1,000 in sales tax. But once a year, the county collects a little more sales tax than Manchester or Tullahoma, and that extra this year was around $650,000. Dollars in sales tax.
You've been instrumental in getting the jail project underway, which will be completed shortly before your term is over. Speak a little bit about that.
Okay, in 1998, they were talking about building a new jail, and what they decided to do was to build a workhouse. So they built a workhouse, and that kind of got them by until now. But we're at the point now that we're always overcrowded. You know, there'll be 250 and happening as many as 300 in 180 or so capacity jail. So we're building a brand new 400 cell jail, and we did this without a property tax increase. And also, what I'd like us to see us do is to keep the old jail and have that to be a workhouse, and keep the lesser crimes in that workhouse, like DUIs, child support, that type of stuff. And with that, we can keep, if we can keep those kind of people, which the city of Manchester, Tullahoma, and the county use, you know, in the work release program, where they go out and work today for the city or the county, and then they come back that evening. And you know, that is a big economic impact to this community. Probably saves us about $1 million, you know, where the cities and the counties have to hire people to do the same thing the prisoners do. But if we could keep the workhouse, and that's one of the other goals I'd like to do, keep the workhouse, put those type of people in that, and keep the new jail, the 400-bed jail, for the hardened criminals. And that is my plan, and hopefully I think we're going to get that done on the workhouse side of it too.
Speak a little bit about your plan to get water to the rural community in Coffee County.
When I first took the office, the only way that we could expand water in the rural was through grants. And you know as well as I do, it's hard to get grants. It could be several years. But what I found is that the rural people were having water issues with their wells either going dry or checking bad. So what I done, I come over here in Tullahoma, and I worked a deal up with the Tullahoma Utility. I worked a deal with the Manchester Utility, the West Warren Utility, and the Hillsville Utility. What we did was the county furnished the money for the material, and the cities and the other utilities would put it in, and they also get to sell the water, and they generates revenue for them. So everybody wins. That's another team effort that's been created here in Coffee County.
Stay with us. More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after this.
It's a great day at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. Keith Barnett here today to tell you about the 2013 redesigned Ford Fusion. It is the best midsize car for the money. It averages 35 miles per gallon, and most of all, folks, it is a 5-star safety rated vehicle. These Ford Fusions start out at $19,995 after Ford manufactured rebates and incentives. So come on down to Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Tell them, Clay.
My question is, why buy anywhere else?
Men love sports, but men can't always be at home with Charter TV watching sports. So men do what men have to do. They watch live ESPN on their mobile devices. Not simulated sports, real sports. Live ESPN, anytime, anywhere. Even here. Watch ESPN is available at no extra charge with your Charter TV service. Download the app or visit charter.net/on-the-go.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, spring promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
Welcome back. The South Jackson Civic Center is housing a traveling Civil War exhibit from the Tennessee State Museum for the next 2 months. Newsleader was on site with Dr. Michael Bradley to discuss the show.
All right, I'm here at South Jackson Civic Center with Dr. Michael Bradley, who is going to give us an explanation about a traveling exhibit that has come here from the state of Tennessee. Mike, what do we have here?
We have an exhibit done by the Tennessee State Museum called Hoofbeats in the Heartland. It emphasizes the influence and importance of cavalry during the war between the states. It influences both U.S. and Confederate cavalry. But all of the people who are illustrated here in this exhibit either are from Tennessee or fought here in Tennessee during the war.
And how long will this exhibit be here?
This exhibit will be on display here for all of August and September. We have it for 2 months.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's a wonderful time. It will be open to the public on Sundays from 1 to 3. And if school groups, church groups, civic groups, scout groups, any other groups would like to come at other times, all they need to do is call and we'll make a time when we'll come down, open the door, and let them see the exhibit.
All right, that's wonderful. Why don't we just talk about it traveling? Why don't we travel through it right quick?
First of all, meet Bromfield Ridley from Smyrna. You know, the Ridley name is still very prominent around Smyrna. The family's been in business there for a long time. Here we have Confederate leaders that were important in Tennessee during the war. Of course, everybody knows Bedford Forrest and Joe Wheeler, John Hunt Morgan, sort of the big three. William Hicks Jackson, post-war, one of the owners of Belle Meade up in Nashville. Basil Duke, brother-in-law to John Hunt Morgan. George Dibbrell from up at Sparta.
All right.
These are some of the people that would be important here. James H. Wilson, U.S. Army, commanded cavalry here in Tennessee during the last years of the war. John T. Wilder commanded U.S. troops at Hoover's Gap, passed through Tullahoma, over at Cowan and Deckard, fought at Chickamauga. Liked what he saw in Tennessee, so after the war he moved back here and became mayor of Chattanooga for several terms. Samuel P. Carter, native of Tennessee, but general in the United States Army. Truly a divided family in that case. James P. Brownlow, everybody knows his father, the wartime governor Parson Brownlow, You either applaud or you cuss when you say Parson Brownlow's name. He was that kind of man. This is his son. Alvin Gillum, another of the U.S. Cavalry commanders, and John Kennett, who was from St. Petersburg, Russia. A man who had quite a career.
And on these boards, there are write-ups about each of these gentlemen.
That's correct. A lot of good, concise information, and a good place for you to start if you'd like to learn more. If you want to know what cavalry call sounded like when the bugler played it, come press the button.
Oh, very well.
And here we just have a thank you to the people who have helped put this together. Now, locally, the exhibit is sponsored by the Dr. J.B. Cowan Camp, Sons of Confederate Veterans, with very much thanks to South Jackson for all of their assistance in putting this on. We also have a couple of underwriters, the Harton Family Partners, and Southern Community Bank.
All right, so Dr. Bradley, thank you for this quick tour, and the public needs to know that this will be here for a month.
Yes, and we do have a couple of display cases with other artifacts that people would want to look at. We have books about the war, particularly the mounted aspect of the war. So people will have a lot to learn if they want to come down and visit. Just call 808-1941 and we'll make you an appointment.
Dr. Michael Bradley, thank you so
My
much,
pleasure.
sir, for sharing your knowledge.
Always good to talk with you.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after this commercial break. Stay with us.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation!
It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Do you like movies? Charter likes movies. On the average day, Charter TV brings you almost 75 free movies. Then there's movies on demand, thousands of them. The latest hits at the touch of a button. No more late fees, no more expensive trips to the multiplex, no more rude people in the theater. And with Charter HD sound and picture, well, hey, let's make some popcorn.
The Coffee County Humane Society's pet of the week this week is Bobo. Bobo is a small black and white collie terrier mix with a smooth coat. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2711 or 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252, Manchester, Tennessee 37349. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a shepherd mix named Milo. Milo is approximately 1.5 years old, gets along well with other dogs and older children, and is up to date on his vaccinations. He will receive a free neuter provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Microchip identification is available to all dogs adopted for a $15 or greater donation to the shelter. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. State law also requires a $35 deposit refundable upon proof that the adopted pet has been neutered or spayed. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
A back-to-school bazaar is planned for this Saturday at the Coffee County Administrative Plaza in Manchester. This event will afford you the opportunity to help some needy children with their back-to-school supplies and also get some great deals on those items yourself. Channel 6's Marilyn Ewing tells us more.
School bells are ringing, and that means back to school for everyone. And sometimes it's very unfortunate, but children are lacking when it comes to school supplies and such, and you can be a big help. Coming up this this weekend. It's a back-to-school bazaar, and it's going on in Manchester there, the Administrative Plaza in Coffee County. It's going on all day long from 10 a.m. until 6 o'clock that afternoon, and you can be a help by donating school supplies to be distributed amongst those individuals who are really needing those supplies. And this is for pre-K through 12. So all of the supplies, bring the list that the kids may have, from rulers and tablets and all kinds of notebook paper and pencils, things of that nature. All of those things are certainly gladly accepted all day on Saturday. A big incentive for you to be there, drop those details and materials off, will be a lot of vendors on hand. They're going to be that incentive, setting up their booths and kind of selling some things and doing some things. You can shop, have a lot of fun, eat, and do many things going on this weekend. Some of the vendors include 31 cuts of paper, a whole lot more. Princess House will be there, Cincy as well. So please come out, make way here on August 10th at the Coffee County Administrative Plaza in Manchester from 10 until 6. There's information available for vendors and volunteers. Still, volunteers are accepted. There's a lot of things you can certainly get involved in on the grounds there. At 615-579-7477 is Lisa Buchanan, or Katie Williams at area code 931-247-3307. Again, it's the Back to School Bazaar going on from 10 until 6 at the Coffee County Administrative Plaza, August 10th. We certainly hope that you will get by there and sow a seed with those donations of school supplies for our kids. We thank you in advance. I'm Marilyn Ewing for Newsleader on 6.
We'll be right back in a moment with your weather forecast.
The construction sale continues at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. Even though the construction process is still going on, Russell Barnett says we have to move them out now. Check out this 2013 Kia Rio, yours today for $15,995. With America's best warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. So remember, Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma is the dealer for the people. And my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Today's Charter tip: set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1930 at 102 degrees. The record low was in 1989 at 50 degrees. Average high on this day is 87 and the average low is 67. For tonight, look for scattered thunderstorms in your forecast with a low of around 72. Scattered thunderstorms in the forecast also for Friday with a high of 85 and a low of 62. And those scattered thunderstorms remaining in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 83 and a low of 71.
Jim, South Jackson goes country over at the Civic Center this weekend, is that right?
It sure is, and that's always a great show. You know, one of the neatest things about that show, I think, is the commercials. I mean, they put a lot of effort in there. They're all funny, and you really get your money's worth when you sponsor that show down there. And plus, as always, there's a great amount of talent there. And plus, our good friend and colleague here at Charter Channel 6, John Gray, is the host of that event.
I'll be darned.
Okay, he's the MC of that event.
That's enough for the month.
That's enough to make you want to go anyway.
Make you want to go
so
anyway.
Check that out at the Civic Center this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. That is our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great night.